If you guys can drop in the chat, how are you feeling this Wednesday? How's your day going so far, you guys? I had such a productive day. I have been feeling so good. So just ready to conquer everything I can. But drop in the chat, how are you guys feeling? Happy Wednesday. Me and Rachel are ready. We are so ready for this call. I took so many notes. And I know that we want to kind of keep it a little under 30 minutes or around 30 minutes so we can have people catch the recording as well. But I'm excited. Rachel, should we kind of tell our story or introduce ourselves a little bit? Yeah, no?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, put on the spot. Hi guys, if you don't know me, I'm Rachel. I'm 24 years old. I feel like Anna Catherine and she was in it a little bit longer, I believe, from when I first started, but almost 3 years I have been doing this now. So I went full time about 1.5 years ago, qualified for the car, qualified for these trips, but I just want you guys to know that it required work. Okay. If you want financial freedom with this business, it is possible, but you have to put in the work. There's a lot more to my story, but just know I am no different than you. And yeah, I'm ready to get into some tangibles.
Yeah, woo! Hi guys, I'm Anna Catherine. I am 21 and I live in North Carolina. I've been running my business for over 3.5 years, and I have hit managing market mentor. I am also a part of the Monate Motor Club, which yay, so exciting. But also, just like Rachel said, we are just like you. We started just as a market partner. We just started, we had to go through the ranks. We went through the struggles too. So we really are just like you. And we want you to know, if we can do it, you can do it. So I'm super excited to go into these tangibles. Me and Rachel are really just you guys, we're on director energy. We're ready to go. We're ready to rumble. We're ready to be able to provide services and tangibles and just trainings for you guys to just go above and beyond with your businesses, and just remind you constantly about the things that you need to make sure that you're doing, to be uncomfortable, to do things that are going to challenge you. So I'm excited. Rachel is the queen of events, queen of inviting. And so I'm excited to hear all that she says about events, so then we can all implement everything that she is saying with events, because they're so impactful. But I'm going to be kind of going into, Rachel, do you have a preference on who goes first?
No, you can go first.
Okay. So I'm going to be kind of going into some tangibles with networking first, and then I'm going to go into intentional content. So drop a 1 in the chat if you network today. And what I mean by networking is you just made connections, you spoke to people, you told people about this opportunity and the products. Amazing. Good. Everyone should, because we're in network marketing. You have to network every single day if you ever want to see growth in your business. Okay. So some of these things might already be things that you know, but something that I've learned in this business is you need to hear things so many different times for everything to stick, for things to hit you different, for things to make more sense. Okay. So I was talking to the girls and I were working today, and I was just okay, you guys, what are questions that you feel your new girls or that you guys always have about networking? So the first thing is, when you're networking every single day, I challenge you to make sure that you are connecting with 50 plus people. 50 plus, that is a huge goal. And obviously this is a numbers game. So if you connect with 50 people a day, then you are going to have so many connections, so many people in your funnel. So first thing, of course, we have multiple different platforms. We have multiple different ways that we can network. So I'm going to be kind of going into different ways that you can approach networking. But first thing, I want to talk about mindset with networking, because I feel a lot of people hold back from networking with people because they don't want to be fake. They don't want to come off I'm just trying to talk to this person, just talk to them about this opportunity, or to sell them. And it's not. You guys need to switch your mindset to First, there's multiple ways to approach networking, and some things might work for some people and some things might not work for some people. And I want you guys to really just kind of dive into each type of networking so you can figure out what works for you. So it is so important that you guys have the correct mindset, the correct, just like genuine, like I want to help you vibe going into this. It's not something where you're saying, hey, like I'm trying to be a fake friend right now and actually kind of build a fake friendship, but I really have like this like alter ego, like let me just kind of slip this in here. Like, no, I want you guys to understand, like, it is okay to be straight up, because I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm straight up. Okay. I don't have time to build a bunch of connections. Well, no, scratch that. I have time to build connections, but I don't have time to build a bunch of conversations that are kind of like those, like, how are you? What do you do? Like, do you like your job? I don't have time for that. Like, I'm sorry. And maybe you do, and maybe that's what works for you. Maybe that's how you feel genuine in your conversation, but that makes me feel disingenuine. So I'm going to talk about multiple different ways that you can approach it, but mindset is going to be the key point to networking, because networking is fun, you guys. Networking should be something that you look forward to being able to share this amazing opportunity, share these amazing products. Like, it should not be something where you steer away from. Okay, it needs to be fun. So first and foremost, starts with your mindset. It needs to come from how you're thinking about this opportunity, how you're approaching this opportunity. So when you think about this opportunity, I want you to answer in the chat. Do you feel like this opportunity is a gift? Or do you feel like this opportunity is like, oh my God, like, I don't know. Like, this is like people think it's a scam. Like, I don't know. It's a gift. This is a blessing. So many people want financial freedom. So many people want to work on their phone. So many people want to be able to stay home with their kids or their fur babies. Like, dang, I am so, so happy I get to see my fur babies when they snuggle. When I can look over and they're just like looking so cute. I'm like, oh my God, I would never be able to have that if I was clocking in somewhere. And so, like, people, you need to change your mindset and your outlook on when you are reaching out to people and offering this opportunity. Like, you're literally just saying, hey sis, like, I have an opportunity that I would love to share with you. Like, that's it. Like, you don't have to say, oh, I would love for you to join my team, and like, you know, like, we work on Wi-Fi and like we sell these products. Like, baby, no, just say, hey, let me share this with you, because it's like, it's a fun job. Like, I don't know about you, but you post a lot on social media, so why not like make that a thing? Why not make that like turn into some money? So I want you guys to make sure that you were really shifting your mindset of this opportunity when you were talking to people, because I think a lot of the times the reason you're not networking is because you feel like you're being fake, or you feel like you're being not genuine. Okay. So switch your mindset. And a good way to do that is to listen to more stories, so then you can be inspired and you can instill that confidence within yourself, that you know that this works, you know that this is a good thing, like, you know that this is something that is life-changing. Okay, so a good way to do that is go to the training pages, go to people's Instagrams, go to their IGTV. So many SEDs go live and tell their story. If you feel like you need to be inspired and like have that like fire under your ass again about how awesome this is, then go do it. Find that video and be re-inspired. So first things first with networking on Instagram, okay? When you go and find people, I'm just going to kind of talk about how to find people, how to find the right people, and how to approach them in different ways, whatever's going to work for you. So you're going to go on Instagram, and personally, this is what I do. I do not search hashtags. The reason is why, because it is very broad and I don't necessarily know where they live unless it's in their bio direct. But personally, what I do is I search locations that I know we're in. I will search cities that are near me. I will search coffee shops, whatever. I will find one person, okay? One person. It will be somebody, and when I find that person, they are active on their story. They have highlights up. They're constantly posting. Do you message somebody who hasn't posted in months, doesn't know how to work social media? You probably would not message them, because one, they probably don't even know how to check their DMs, and two, they're probably not even gonna like see it because they're never on there. Okay, so You exactly, Trend. Like, you want to have people that are social media savvy already, because that's going to give them a leg up in this business coming into this. Okay. So I find people who are actively on social media, talking, posting stories, posting feed, and they know what they're doing with their social media. Okay. So once I find that person, I will follow them, like some pictures, comment on some pictures, and I will message them. And I will read you guys my message that I say. So this message I came up with after watching, I have like I'm doing the 101 day lifestyle challenge, and within my personal goals, I am watching a training video every single day. So I'm constantly learning, constantly growing my mind with this business. And I watched Kayla Caputo's market partner training the other day, and I just was like, dude, like, we literally are the same, because that is exactly how I used to network, and that's exactly how I used to get so many business partners. And you know what, it works for me, so I'm going back to it. So I basically, I don't feel like cold messaging is bad, but also there's a way to make it bad and there's a way to not make it bad. Okay. So obviously there's going to be people who come to me. I've had that happen before, but I'm not going to sit around and wait for people to come to me. I'm going to actively search for people and connect with people who really might want this opportunity. So what I say in my first message is, I say, hi, I absolutely love your content. I would love to share a business opportunity with you. I've been working full time on social media for 3.5 years, and I love what I do. I learned quickly that I'm not meant for the 9-to-5 life. I'm looking for like-minded people who just want more in life. Let me know if I can send you the details on everything. I see a lot of potential in you, XOXO. That's what I say. And I started doing this. I watched her training video on Monday. I switched up because I was doing like oh my God, I love your content. You're so pretty. Like, what do you do for work? Like, I was doing that. And that does work for people. And so, but it wasn't working for me. And I just knew I needed to switch some stuff up. So that is what I personally do. That, can you show us how you find new people? Like, share your screen and walk us through what you do. So I can't share my screen, but I will actually, I can just hop on my Zoom really quick on my phone. But there's multiple different ways you can go about it and direct, like directly, just kind of how I said it. Like, I have a business opportunity I would love to share with you. And then you can also go in about it like, hey, compliment, like, I love your content. What do you do for work? Start a conversation with them, and then transition. If you're wanting it to do it that way, you do have to transition, obviously. Sorry. Okay, got it. So let me make myself host on my phone. Okay. Oh, wait. Start broadcast. Okay. Let's see. Is it working? Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So you're going to go to Instagram, and this is what I do. So I go on here, I go to a location, and I will go find somebody. So I literally just went to this because you guys saw it was in my search bar. And I actually networked with this girl. So I found this girl. I liked some messages. I liked some pictures, commented on some things, and I did message her. So something that I really utilize is this suggested for you. So once I find somebody who I really like, and like they're like, okay, this is a perfect, good market partner, then I will go on here and I will go through this and find more people. And once I find somebody, so for example, she's super cute. Oh my God, she's pregnant. Oh my God, like, oh, she got a new baby. Like, that's super amazing. She probably needs this opportunity. So you know what? I'm going and messaging her right now. So I have my quick replies, because if you copy and paste on Instagram, that will be flagged and you will get blocked. So please use quick replies if you're going to be using the same message for your initial message. I don't recommend doing the same message for everything, like after the first initial. What I do after is I will send voice memos, or I will send transitions to my highlights and then to a video. But that is basically how I would go about it on my, let me hop off here. Okay.
I want to bounce off you really quick, because someone asked, what do you do when you're networking off of Bumble, which I'll just kind of like throw this in there now. Bumble, I do the total, like, you don't want to mention really anything about the business. You shouldn't have anything in your bio about you're a Money market partner. I see a lot of girls make the mistake of doing that. And you are on there to make friends, right? You're not going to sign someone up who you don't vibe with. So that's first and foremost. Nothing in your bio. Say things about you, right? Like I have in my bio, I like red wine, I like yoga, like let's go to the dog park together. I'm trying to make friends. So when you're in there and when you're talking to them, it's really just all about intentional conversations. And when you feel like when I'm on Bumble, I feel like I'm dating, right? Like it is asking the correct questions so that you can find that pain point, and it can just come up like, oh, what do you do? What do you do? It's going to come up anyway. And when someone asks, I'm kind of just straight up now, because I mean, I don't say like I influence, like I'm like, I work for Modern Nature. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it before. And then when they start to ask more questions, I'm like, it's a premium luxury beauty brand. I send them a voice memo after that point on. So it's really just about asking the right questions, and it does require effort, right? Like be mindful of how you start the conversation, how it's flowing, when is it dying off? Are you being aware of that? Because it's your job to bring the energy, right? They're probably going to be like, yeah, my day was good. How about yours? Like people are boring sometimes. So you have to bring the energy and be that light. And you need to like have that mindset behind, I guess, what you're doing here, that money is, an incredible opportunity. And if you don't think that, then you kind of have to instill that belief before, again, you're like networking. And so also another tip is, I used to be like, hey, like, oh my gosh, I suck at this app. Like, just follow me on Instagram. But recently my Instagram was deleted or disabled about 4 weeks ago. So I want to ask you guys the question, what if your Instagram was deleted tomorrow? What would you do? Right? I cried the first time. I'm not gonna lie. Like I cried. I was like, fuck, like, what am I gonna do? But I'm on Facebook. I'm doing more events now. And it's just like getting me outside of my comfort zone. But I wouldn't, I would ask them for their Instagram and their number, right? So that you can, and even before that, like have at least 5 conversations back and forth before you're trying to transition them to another like platform, like a phone number, right? So really try to say, like, how I end things is really, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, so what's your weeks usually like? Like we should get together. You should come to yoga with me, or whatever we're talking about. We should go to the dog park on Thursday. Like you have to be the one to set that time and place, right? Set it up. And so, yeah, that's kind of like my tips for Bumble. So if you want to.
Yeah, no, Rachel's like the queen with Bumble, and like you guys really don't like, please listen to exactly what she said, because I unfortunately am blocked from Bumble. I've had Bumble ever since I started. So 3.5 years ago, I was like, oh my God, yeah, like I work with, and like, it just happened. But make sure that you utilize that platform if you do have it. But with that being said, so I just screen recorded. I showed you guys basically what I do. I liked some of her pictures, I commented, and I messaged her. And so I will do that. And how I get my networking in, because drop an 8 in the chat if you feel like you don't have time to network throughout your day, or enough time to make enough connections. Because that's what I used to think, but it was all in my head. It was just a thought, because I do have enough time. I have to make the time. I just have to time block it. So a good way to strategize your networking and making sure that you're intentional and get it done is set a timer for 15 minutes. Okay. So you're going to set a timer for 15 minutes, put your phone on do not disturb, and you're just going to network the whole time. You're not going to get any of your calls. You're not going to get any text messages. You're not going to be distracted. You're going to intentionally connect with as many people as possible in that 15-minute time frame. So I try to do this at least like 3 to 4 to 5 times a day. And it kind of is a game. Okay. So I'm going to kind of teach you this like game. Me and Corinne used to do this when we lived together, and it was so much fun. It was like a competition. So we would set our timer. And if you have a friend that you're like on FaceTime with, or you're working with, and you're like, hey, yo, are you done with that content? Like, are you ready to network for 15 minutes? You ready to put our phone on D&D and ready to like go in and connect? And you'd be like, all right, cool. So you're going to set that timer. You're going to get a pen and a paper. Okay. And every single time that you find somebody and you message them, you write down a slash. Every single time. So slash, slash, slash. So me and my Brenna boo just did this and we had so much fun. She is so competitive and so am I. We were just like, go, go, go. And it is so much fun. It literally, she's told her, yeah, you did, baby. But it is so much fun because I like playing games. Like I like to compete. I'm a very competitive person and I will win. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let's challenge each other. And then it's a lot more fun and it makes it enjoyable. And so if you have like a buddy that you just want to make sure that you guys are accountability buddies and that you guys take the time to do your networking together and do your 15 minutes, and see who can connect with the most people. It's just, it's fun. It makes it enjoyable. So, all right. So when you message somebody and they answer your first initial message and they say like, yeah, I'm interested in working online, or yes, I'm interested in this business opportunity, or yes, like I hate my job. Like, what do you do? I'd love to know what you do. Whatever it is, this is where you need to send them to either, if you have credibility on your page, okay, keep it on your page. But if you do not have credibility, meaning you do not have saturated highlights, you do not have, you haven't hit a promotion, you need credibility. So bring it to your first MMB in line. Okay. So you're going to bring them to your MMB's highlights. Okay. MMB plus and, or yourself. And you're going to say, check out my highlights. I have some things on here that'll really give you a visual understanding of what the community is, the products, the business opportunity. I would love for you to go check that out. And if you're interested in more info, I have a 15-minute info video that I would love to send to you to break down everything that you would need to know. Boom, done. That's literally all you need to do. There's no reason to sit there and word vomit so much trying to explain what we do. Show them your uplines, send them uplines Instagrams, send them to maybe somebody that you're inspired by, or maybe somebody that they remind you of. If they're a single mom who's thriving and ready to do this, you need to connect, like send them an Instagram and say, go look at this Instagram because she's a mom and she's thriving and she's a director in this business. Like you can like relate to that. Okay. So just really make sure that you are sending them to people's highlights and to pages that they can connect with. And then Rachel, do you guys send an info video? Okay, cool. So the best thing is to get a video in their hands. Do not like talk to them. Do not text them like multiple things about this thing. It's the best thing to get the video in their hand because I promise you the video is going to get them so intrigued and so ready to do this. I don't know, like you guys, every single time somebody has that video, they're like, whoa, I love the energy. I love what this is about. I love the morals and like, just like the gratitude program, the incentives, the community. Like I'm ready to have bomb hair. Like what, like, this is amazing. Instead of having so many different paragraphs about you trying to explain, get the video in their hand as soon as possible. Okay. A really smart tip for your newest potentials, or not newest potentials, your newest business partners, is you having put your potentials in a group chat with your upline. Okay. So what I teach my girls is when they are newer and like they're learning the ropes and how to talk to people and how to transition and how to get the video in their hands and schedule calls, they will talk to people and they will message them. And as soon as the person says, yeah, I would love to know more. Awesome. I would love to introduce you to my mentor and I'll put us in a group chat and we can tell you more about everything. And so once they do that, then I come in, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited. At that point, they had already looked at my highlights. So they were like, yeah, I'm interested, tell me more. Now we're going into the group chat together to then send them the video and schedule a meeting. Okay. So it is super important. If you don't feel confident in closing, if you don't feel confident in like how to tell people about this, just utilize your upline. You don't have to be new, like baby, whatever. It's like, do what is going to make you grow. Okay. So group chat and then on a call, of course. So some last things that I have to go over with networking is do not close people off when they tell you no. I'm sure every single one of us has gotten a no on this call. Drop a 1 in the chat if you have gotten a no. Because if you have gotten a no, baby, yeah, woo! because you're doing your job. Okay. Good. Every single person has gotten a no. But one thing I need you guys to understand, do not close them off, meaning just don't respond to them or be like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Like, or okay, don't, like, you need to continue to stay in contact with them, because you never know, they might just continue to watch you. You never know, they might be interested in the products. I always, if somebody says no to this business opportunity, then I'm like, oh my god, it's totally fine, like this isn't for everyone. And I always send this in a voice memo, and I will just let them know, like, I'm always here, like if this is ever something you want to revisit. I would love to share the products with you. If you have any hair skincare concerns, you'd love them, but I'm just super excited to connect with you and be social media gals. That's all I say. And so it is just super important to not cut people off when they tell you no, because those no's are not forever. Okay, people will come back. And then the overhead method is something that I just kind of want to go over quickly, just because it is so good. It is really beneficial. So basically the overhead method is when you say, I actually have a really good message template that I can just read off of. So hi, I recently started my own business selling anti-aging. So this would be an example of if you are new and you're reaching out to like your family or like your 100s list. Okay. Hi, I just recently started my own business opportunity or business selling anti-aging hair, skin, and wellness. I'm super excited about this new venture of mine. And I wanted to ask if you knew of anyone that might need these products, someone who might go to the salon or spa often, someone who might have some hair, skincare concerns. I would love to help them out. So the way that this is called the overhead method is like you are asking them if they know anybody. And so that is just super, it kind of comes off like, I'm just like asking you if you know anybody. I'm not asking you to buy my products. Like I'm asking you. And sometimes they're like, oh, wait, but like I have some hair concerns or I have some skin concerns. But do you guys have any questions with networking as of right now? And just one thing, voice memo. Okay. Voice memo. Whenever you can send a voice memo, do it. And I know it might be uncomfortable, but just do it. Okay. So I know I have intentional content, but I'm going to pass it on to Rachel so you can do like the events and kind of go into like inviting, because I feel like it's all kind of intertwined.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna go off you for something, but I forgot. So okay, one of the quotes that I actually wrote down from Oneonones is only you can control your next move. You can't control where other people are at in their life, right? So with that being said, like you just said, when people say no, don't cut them off. I definitely have before. I'm not saying that I've done this business perfectly, because I have not. But just make those like kind gestures, even like, let's say, and I'll get into how I invite people to these events that I have been trying to do. I've done them in the past before, but since COVID, not really. But if they don't want to come to the event or they can't come to the event, make it a priority to go on a one-on-one date with them, right? Like go get a drink, go do something that they like to do. Like I went to yoga the other week with this girl, last week with this girl, and being that I don't have the credibility to like show people on Instagram, I mean, I've just been talking, right? And so that made me extremely uncomfortable, because I was like, yeah, like this is like what I do, and like it sounds too good to be true, I know, but like I don't know, it's just so different like in person. And I realized, I'm like, gosh, like I really need to do this more often, because this makes me uncomfortable. And so she's like, oh my god, really? Like I would love that as a side hustle. Like I'm actually looking for something right now, and she's interested. And I invited her to the Elevate event, which is happening in my area on Tuesday, where they're going to be talking about, you know, everything that we do, products, all of that. So just like make friends. Okay. So how I go about events is I have a lot of local Facebook groups. So I have like there's like a Charlotte brunch babes group. There is official Charlotte page. There are pages in your area that you can just join, and make sure to not post anything about the business in there, because you will be banned. Like it's genuinely, again, to make friends, to meet people, to network. So go to events that you see And the way that I do it, let me see if I can actually just share my screen so I can show you this simple Canva that I made. Oh wait, I think you have to make me host really quick so I can just share it. But what I do is I make a Canva and it's just like a flyer, and I just say like babes and brunch. You can have like super Saturdays. You can literally do whatever you want. Monty and mimosas, right? And so let me see if I can do it right now. Canva is like the best. So yeah, this was it. Literally, this is what I posted on the Facebook page. And I was like, hey, like I'm getting some local people together to create a more empowering community. That's literally what I said. And then I also made an Eventbrite for this brunch that I'm doing on Saturday. So I'm talking to people on Bumble. I'm adding people left and right from these pages so that they can start following me on Facebook and seeing my stories. Like all of this is intentional. And so even if they say, I can't come, like I'm going to write their name down, track them so that I know they're from Charlotte and invite them to the next event. But people just need a community, and you have to remember that when you're doing these events. Recently, I got some advice from one of like a director that I follow, and she said, here, I'll actually just copy and paste it. But this is how she invites people, and this is how she gets to talking about the business, because I do it more like casual. Like I do it casual. I don't really talk about the business or say this is for Monate. But let me see if I can. She says, hey, I see you're in the blank area as well. Or I'm sorry, wrong one. Hey, me and some of my business partners are getting together for happy hour at 2. I'd love for you to come meet us, kind of hear what we do, or just come out and meet some more people in the area to network. That's all she says. And she encourages them to bring a friend, which is a really good idea so that they don't feel like uncomfortable or anything like that. You can also say, hey, I see you're in the blank area as well. I wanted to invite you to this give back event that I'm hosting. I'm just trying to get the community together and meet more people. Let me know if you'd be open to hearing details. I can send you over the Eventbrite to RSVP. The reason why I make the Eventbrite is so that they can RSVP and not cancel, because people will feel bad about canceling after they RSVP. So literally I make a reservation for like 8 people, and like you don't want to have it too big. There's other events that you can do like that, but I just do smaller ones like 7, 8, 5, and literally just be that energy again in person. Like it is going to be a little bit awkward, especially if people are not talking, but if you're at the table, think of some things to talk about. So you could do wine and wash, also picnic and paint, but people just need that community right now, and you need to feel uncomfortable. So if talking in person feels uncomfortable, then you need to do it. But yeah, those are some of just like my tips for events. One-on-ones are really, really powerful. But again, I think that it's really hard for people to just meet other people. Even though these Facebook pages are like huge, it's like people don't make that initial move to get people together. So that's why the Canva is like professional and people love it. I don't know why it's so easy, but I would suggest making Canva and Eventbrite for sure. But I don't know if anyone has questions on that. That's all I had on that.
I kind of feel like I want to ask a question that people might be wanting to ask. Do you have to spend a lot of money for events? And does it have to be something that you have to plan weeks, like months, like is it something that's expensive and time consuming?
I would say yes and no. Like there's different events. For example, this brunch I have been planning, I want to say for a week and a half. So I've been talking to people up until then, building a slight relationship and then inviting them. So that just helps to invite them and to have them come. So I would say like a week in advance is fine. But if it's more like a wine and wash, you definitely want to have at least 2 weeks to try and build relationships and get people there. When I first moved here, I met a girl off Bumble, and she literally came to my house, helped me set up, like I had like little Monate balloons with like purple and white. It was just like a cute little Monate party, really. And I washed people's hair in the bathroom. It was ridiculous, but it was fun. Like 8 to 10 people came, and I wasn't expecting that, but it was really cool. So no, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Like I said, it's just a brunch that I'm doing. So it's really just my food and connecting. But I don't know if that answered your question.
So also with events, you guys, just like Rachel said, like wine and washes, and how she had like some girls over for like a Monate party. I one time, or like a couple times, I've had people come over and I have either just like helped them style their hair before going out, or I have literally washed their hair and like done it up and like blow dried it and everything so they could just see the products. And it was just one of them. Like it was just one. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something where you invite like 10 people. Like if you're just like talking to somebody and they're local and you just want to be like, hey, like I'd love to like wash your hair. I know that sounds a little funny, but I think you'd love my products. We can have like a little girls' day and do like some spa stuff. So it's just like don't overcomplicate, and always ask us for help if you need it.
Yeah, for sure. And how do I find places? I really just find like local places around me. So like any popular bars or, whatever, really. It could be whatever. It could be a bar. Like it doesn't have to be so sit down and professional. I also tell them, like in the voice memo when I'm inviting them, I say like we can take pictures. So on my Eventbrite, I say casual, dressy, like attire. So I'm like, I'm so excited to meet you. Like we can take pictures while we're there as well, because everyone likes, usually a lot of people like taking pictures. So that encourages them to come as well. But yeah, that's all I got.
Awesome. All right, you guys, I'm going to go into intentional content. So of course, content is something so huge in this business. It is something that you really need to get the habit of doing. Everything that you're doing with your life, you need to post on your story, okay? It is something where if you want people to like, trust, and know you, you need to post what you're doing throughout your mornings. If you have a good morning routine, post about it. If you're doing affirmations, maybe just like take a picture, do the high five thing that Mel taught us, like do the little high five in the mirror and like write your affirmations on there. Like that might inspire somebody to maybe like say those affirmations to themselves. But I'm going to kind of go over stories, lives, and reels, and then some apps to use. Okay. So on your story, you need to talk. Okay. Talk. Yes, you're going to talk and they're going to hear your voice and they're going to hear what you sound like, and that's okay. Okay. Because you are you, and it is so important to just be vulnerable and just talk. It doesn't have to even be about the business. It can be about the business if you want it to be, but it doesn't even have to be. Maybe something happened and like you want to just tell a story about like what happened during your day. Or maybe like, for example, the other day, Zoe had posted this on her story, and she was talking about how this married man hit on her, and like she was just like, what the, like, this is ridiculous. And like, that's funny and relatable, and like people will like want to see that. Okay. So like just tell stories, talk about what happens throughout your day. Maybe you just feel compelled to just go on there and be like, yo, like I'm feeling good. I hope that you guys are feeling good. Like it's a happy fucking Wednesday. Like let's kill it today. Like it doesn't matter. Like just be yourself, be vulnerable, talk on your stories first and foremost. Okay. Another thing is you need to make sure. So I know that a lot of people talk about the 80-20 rule. I personally don't agree with it. Like I feel like you need to have 50-50. Like if you want to build credibility with this business, talk a lot about your life and a lot about this business constantly. Okay. So a good thing to always do, for example, all 42 of you are on this call right now. All of you should be taking a boomy or a little video or a picture of this call right here and literally saying, oh my gosh, I just learned from like we're in the top 1 or 2% of this business. I just learned from 2 of the people who are in the top 2% of this business. I love all the resources that this like business offers. Or oh my God, I love my family. I love this. Oh, we're in the top 0.5. All right. So, okay. So like you need to be building that credibility to really just say, look, me and 42 other people do this. So post about what your calls are. Post about maybe when you were sitting at a coffee shop, or maybe when you're sitting at your house and you're just working, and take a little cute boomy of like your coffee, your notebook, your computer with your back office up. It doesn't have to be anything, but just start planting those seeds and building that credibility with the business. Okay. And another thing with the business is tell like your story, tell your story. I know a lot of people, we all have a story, whether you feel like you don't, like whether you just started, tell the story of why you started, like tell the story of like what you hope to come with this, like start just like talking and being like, Rachel told me this earlier. She was like we need, like, I post this all the time, and yes, it takes a long time, but it's good. It gets people engaged. Is where I was versus now, and like my journey so far. And so start posting more about you and why you said yes, where you were at now, your struggles, your hardships, your successes. Like just talk about it all. Another thing that you need to make sure that you have on your story all the time is just stuff about the products, whether it's you and you record yourself and then you put some music over it and you speed it up and it's you doing your hair and you're like, boom, done, cute, dry shampooed it up, put some frizz fix, like done. Okay, so just make sure that you're constantly posting about the products and bringing value. So of course we can post about the products all day long, and like us using them, but you need to educate people. Why are these good? Why is the science good? Why are we different? People need to understand we're not just a regular shampoo. Like we are the bougie shampoo. Like we aren't no Walmart shit. Okay, we are the bougie brand. Okay, we're the anti-aging brand, the only, like people need to know this. Okay, so just start telling people. Maybe people think like, oh, it's just some other shampoo. No, honey, this ain't average over here. We don't do average. Okay, so just tell them, educate them, make them want these products. And so another thing with your stories is you need to make sure almost every single day have a call to action on your story. It doesn't have to be every single day about the business. It doesn't have to be about the products, but what I mean to a call to action is a poll or a question box, or like when they have multiple different choice answers, make sure that you have something where your people can engage and be like, oh yes, oh that option, or oh I had this for breakfast. Like have things that people can like do and respond to. So then guess what? Hey, I saw that you voted on my poll. You have split ends, girl. I used to have split ends so bad, but guess what? I found the best product ever. It's called Rejuvebeads. Can I tell you about it? Like you guys need to understand, like this will give you a way to connect with people. So call to actions on your story every day, whether it's business, product, or about your life. And then going live. So going live is really important. I want you to drop a 3 in the chat if you have ever gone live before. Who has gone live on their Instagram? Yeah, woo, okay, good. You guys, going live is so much fun. It is so impactful, and it will, like, if you continue to go live and you continue to go live and you continue to go live, there's going to be more and more and more and more and more people showing up to your lives. Okay, so a lot of people don't go live because they're like, well, only 2 or 3 people hop on. Okay, that's fine. But like, guess what? If you're consistent with it, if you keep doing it, you're gonna have like 10 people hop on. Then maybe 12, maybe 15, 20, okay? And then make sure if you are doing a live, I'm going to kind of talk about some examples that you guys can do. Make sure that you save it as an IGTV, because it's kind of like you don't want that thing that you just did to go away, okay? So save it as an IGTV. But some things that you can do is grab a buddy. Maybe it's your upline, maybe it's somebody who's going for the same promotion, maybe it's your accountability buddy, maybe it's somebody who you are inspired by. Go live with them, ask them questions, do a Q&A, and ask each other questions. Just have a conversation. Don't make it something that where you don't feel like it is okay. Like I literally treat it like FaceTime. I'm like talking to them and we're having conversation, we're having fun, we're laughing. But yes, we're talking about our stories. Go live and tell your story. Again, if you feel like you don't have a story or enough to tell, grab your upline and be like, hey, I want you to go live with me and I need you to tell everyone about your story. Absolutely. And then you can also go live when maybe you're getting ready and talk about, oh my gosh, like I just did an oil treatment and I just washed my hair out. My scalp is completely reset. It feels so good. My hair is silky smooth, all that. Okay, so reels. Reels are the last thing that I'm going to talk about. A huge thing with reels is obviously, I think all of you guys know this is the thing. Like if you're not doing reels, you're kind of behind and you need to get on. So make sure that you are making reels that are impactful and of course that are tied within your brand and shareable. Okay, so I have found that a lot of my reels that go, nothing ever of mine has gone viral, so I'm not even gonna say that, but get the most views is like products. Because guess what? A lot of my Monate girls want to repost it. They need to use it. They need to use it for content. So post things that will be as of value for people, whether that's your Monate family, whether that's the people that are watching you that might hate their job too. Maybe it's just be relatable and try to pinpoint people's problems. Try to pinpoint something that people can relate to. You can post reels about your lifestyle. So for example, a lot of us did like a Monations recap. That was a lifestyle video, if I'm being honest. Like that's a lifestyle video. Like that was us in Atlanta for a whole week living our life. Okay. And another thing, you need to inspire and empower. So personally, like this is just like a part of my brand. So that's why I kind of put it in there. Like I want people to feel like, ooh, like that's badass. I feel good. Like that's like that. Like you, like I want people to feel that when they see my content, when they see my reels. And then another good thing to talk about and post reels about is the community. A lot of people lack community in their life. And so if you start posting community geared reels about this opportunity, it will attract people. And then of course, you can always make those trending videos and kind of twist them into something about the business. Okay. So the thing that people always say is, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to post. I don't know what to do on my story. I don't know what to go live with, or I don't know what to do this IGTV, or I don't know what to do this reel. Guess what? You can go to your upline. You can go to anybody in this business and go look at their story and mimic it. You can go to anybody's IGTV and mimic it. You can go to anyone's reel and mimic it. Make it your own, of course, don't copy it, but I said mimic, okay? So you need to go get inspiration. If you feel like you don't know what to post during the day on your story, baby, you have so many people that you can go look at and look at their story and literally post it, okay? So don't ever make it an excuse as, oh my gosh, I just don't know what to post, because you can go get inspiration everywhere. That is literally exactly like Zoe. I did the same thing. I did that. Like I went to, I used to look at Licious thing every single day and I'd be like, okay, she posted this. She posted something about the hair care. I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna post it before and after. I'm gonna do that. When I was new, I literally just monkey see, monkey do, monkey see, monkey do. Literally boop, 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 boop. I did it too. Okay. So some things that you guys need to download if you don't have them already. Canva. This is the one that Rachel used to show her graphic with the brunch. Unfold. So Canva and Unfold are really good. Just like kind of make templates. Like if you're going live with somebody, you could do like your pictures and like kind of put like a little blurb, like the time. I love these two. So Canva, Unfold. Tezza is where I edit a lot of like my videos with like filters and stuff. And then InShot is where I actually like crop videos and like speed stuff up, slow things down. So Canva, Unfold, Tezza, InShot, and then Lightroom. Lightroom is where I edit all of my feed post. So you can't do any like video editing or anything on there. But definitely utilize those if you feel like you don't know what to use. But that is all, you guys. I'm feeling good. How are you?